Self-reflection is one of the most underrated superpowers in life and career development. It's how we become more self-aware. And self-awareness, according to David Goldman, who actually wrote the book on emotional intelligence, is the foundation for managing our emotions, building relationships, and making better decisions. When we take time to reflect, we stop running on autopilot. We begin to notice patterns in how we think, how we react, and how we behave. And that gives us an insight into part of ourselves that we usually ignore, especially the uncomfortable parts, the parts we suppress. This is what Carl Jung called the shadow self. Jung, one of the founding founders of modern psychology, believed that every person has a shadow, qualities like anger, envy, selfishness, and desire. Things that we push out of conscious awareness because they don't fit our idea of who we should be. But here's the thing, just because we bury those parts doesn't mean that they go away. They show up in sneaky ways through emotional outbursts, passive-aggressive behavior, or even projecting our own flaws onto other people. Ever judge someone harshly for being arrogant or needy? That could be your shadow self speaking. Hi, I'm Wasim and this is Spark Coaching. This is where we look into life and career coaching so you can break free from your limitations and start living with purpose. If you're on a journey to grow and evolve, make sure you hit subscribe. Now let's keep going. Jung believed that ignoring the shadow self can lead to inner conflict and even psychological distress. But integrating the shadow, acknowledging and accepting those hidden traits, is part of what he called individuation, the journey towards becoming a whole, authentic person. This isn't about indulging in negative behavior, it's about recognizing it so it doesn't control you from the shadows. Take anger for an example. We're often taught that anger is bad, something to avoid or suppress. But anger is actually a protective emotion. Research by psychologists Lerner and Keltner shows that anger can signal when our values are being violated or when our boundaries are being crossed. In that sense, it can motivate healthy action like speaking up, setting limits, or standing our ground. But if we deny our anger, it doesn't vanish, it gets buried. And buried emotions have consequences. As psychologist Dr. Williams notes, suppressed anger can lead to bitterness, anxiety, and even physical health issues. It can also leak out in unhealthy ways through sarcasm, withdrawal, or explosive reactions that feel out of proportion. That's why self-reflection matters. It's how we notice these buried emotions before they turn into problems. It's how we understand where they come from and how we start responding to them rather than reacting blindly. And here's something I want you to really take in. There's no point in self-reflection if it doesn't lead to self-acceptance. That means accepting not just your goals and your strengths, but also your fears, your flaws, yes, your shadow. And that's the real work, the honest work, the brave work. Because when you accept all parts of yourself, you start performing for other people. You start showing up fully as you, fully. That's when your relationships shift. Your career opens up, your energy returns because you're no longer wasting it, hiding from the shadows. So if you're doing inner work, that's great. Keep it going. But use those reflections not just as a tool for insight, but as a bridge to integration. Don't just ask, why am I like this? Ask, how can I honor this part of me and use it well? When you do that, you're not just improving your mindset, you're evolving your entire life. That's how we grow. That's how we find peace. And that's how we build real confidence. Thanks for watching. If this spoke to you, hit like, drop a comment, and subscribe to Spark Coaching for more insights on living and working with intention. I'll see you in the next one.